Okay, call to order the Redevelopment Commission meeting of February the 11th, 2025. First item on the agenda should be the minutes from the previous meeting. I think those were circulated. Everybody had a chance to read those. Any questions or changes? If not, can we get a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as written in the board packet.
Second? All in favor? Aye, so moved. Next order of business, claims approval. There are a couple of claims in front of us for $2,275. Those have been circulated before. Can I get a motion to approve and pay?
I'll make that motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye, so moved. Next order, financial report.
Yeah, so I'll let Reedy Financial today give an update, again, for the Redevelopment Commission summary for February.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Tony. Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you all again. First time for us being here for the new year. Just to start, does anyone have any questions on the financial report? Since this is our first time here for the new year, everything's rolled over for 25. Any questions? The only thing I also want to add is new year starts the new reporting requirement cycle. We'll be getting started on your April reporting requirements here very soon. We'll come back in March to do that. And of course, we are still tracking all the individual TIF funds on their own behind the scene. So when we come do the April report, that'll be the only thing that's different, is it'll show all the individual funds again just to satisfy those requirements. But that'll be the only thing different you'll see when we come do that next month. As far as this month goes, you guys ended a little over $1 million and currently have $690,000 spent so far for the year. And you'll see on the very last page that your debt payments, first round is in there on the actual column on the far right. But that is all for this month's update. If you guys have no other questions.
When is the reporting? It's April, at the end of the month in April?
April 1st is when
April
we have
1st.
to come present prior
Okay.
to you guys. It'll also go to council, and then we'll get everything submitted to Gateway before April 15th.
Which report is that? Is it the annual plan?
Yeah, that's the
Annual
all
report?
of the 2024 info.
Okay. I thought maybe in the prior versions of this, there was a section that had reporting requirements in it with dates. And I don't see it in here, but if that's something you could add, that way we can see what is the next reporting requirement to stay on top of.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't mind, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Tony, I'll let you take over the agenda if you want with the remaining items.
Yeah, I will let Emily present the contract for professional services for the Madison Connector Trail inspection with JTL. Hey, Emily, you're going to have to work in the mic, sorry.
You have the contract in your packet, and then I also printed you off a copy of the spreadsheet that we're working off of. And so for that contract, it says that JTL will conduct inspection services for the trail for $90,000. And so that will come out of our next level trails money that we got 2.16 from the DNR. Anything else you want me to add?
No, I think, again, as you know, that we were a little under budget on this project. That'll still give us some contingencies.
Yeah.
When we pulled out a number of items, we were concerned about being over budget, so some signage and some additional other accessories might be added back in on this project. And again, we also are anticipating a few unforeseen conditions on this. It's going to be an interesting construction process along the interstate. There's some drainage, or not interstate, along Clifty Hollow Road. There's some drainage issues that we may anticipate some additional cost. But they're started this past week doing some test borings along the trail site to ensure that we aren't in conflict with the gas line, and so things should be moving pretty quickly.
Do you mind giving us just a kind of refresher, because we're geographically challenged? Can you
Okay,
just
yes.
describe exactly again what's going to happen here?
Yes, we will.
I
So-
had that from that PowerPoint we did.
Yeah, if you want to pull up the map. So this may or may not help you, but this is a rendering looking west from the bridge that crosses Clifty Creek. There at Crooked Creek, looking west, just on the west side of downtown. If you'll notice, you'll see a wall ahead of you there on the right. That will be the wall that'll be constructed so that the trail can leave the area that's along the creek up over the hillside there and down to Clifty Falls State Park. That's phase one. So phase one will go from there all the way back to the viaduct there at Heritage Trail, and then ultimately from the viaduct south to crossing Second Street. So
Is there work that will be done from that point going back to the Heritage Trail Viaduct?
there
too?
will be, yes.
Okay.
And there'll be a new parking lot built there at the bend where you get off. You see there's currently a road, service access road, and that will be a new parking lot there at the entrance of town.
Very nice.
Again, this project, about 96% of the project is all grant dollars, either through READY and then IDNR, and then the Jefferson County Commissioners also pledged $100,000 to the project.
And the budget reflects phase one only?
The budget reflects phase one only. Phase two is being funded by Hanover College through their Lilly Community Connection Grant.
So I'm trying to understand, as you go down through there, you cross over so you can go into the park.
Yes, you will be able to.
And do you walk along that northern route and then cross back over to get to Hanover?
You will leave the Clifty Falls State Park, and the route is yet to be finalized, but you will ultimately transverse up the hill on the north side and then to the scenic entrance at Clifty Falls. There's a number of crossings in there that have to be developed and designed, and
That part's not determined yet.
So it doesn't ever cross over, it has to
Oh.
cross over somewhere.
it will cross over. It's going to cross over probably at signals. Although the final route hasn't been determined, it will cross at some sort of signalization.
Phase two is a ways off. Phase one is already designed, funded, contracted. Contracts have been bid out. And I just want to make a point that this view that we're showing you, I don't know how to say this, but we're also working on a West Main Street extension to go and connect to the trailhead. So Tony is showing you the extension off of Main Street. That's not part of, I think it's a little misleading, it's not part of the first phase of the trail. That's part of a Main Street project that would extend to the trail. So what we need is the other rendering that actually shows from Second Street at the railroad crossing. It'll go under the railroad bridge, over the old stone bridge, and follow the existing Heritage Trail along the south side of Clifty Falls State Park up to Hanover Hill, and then that little, that wall, that is where the trail picks up there and takes you to Clifty Falls State Park entrance.
So if you were looking, the viaduct is right here. If this is Second Street, this is Main Street and Railroad Bridge. So the trail will start here at Second Street. It'll go up over the viaduct and then turn and go, this will take you up the Heritage Trail. This takes you along the creek towards Clifty Falls State Park through the woods. And then next slide, please, will bring you out down here, which will be the parking lot.
Okay.
And then along, this is the dentist office.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Or Hanover Hill. And then we'll bring you into Clifty Falls State Park at their point. Phase two will start at Clifty and go to Hanover. Clifty is working on the old entrance to Clifty Falls State Park is right in here with a roadway that went up the hill. And so the state park is working on making some additional connections to the Hanover Connector Trail, within the park there as well. So that's a different phase in their phase, but ultimately, this phase two will start, design work, later this, summer, and, hopefully it'll be bid out next fall for construction. I will say that, we're going to the Board of Public Works and Safety, there will be some lane and road closure, along this stretch of road, again, for a few days at a time, but it'll never be completely closed, just lane closures. It'll either be flagged or traffic signal. You've probably been with some projects where half the bridge is down and you stop, and then the traffic signal. There will be some of that, because we're right along the right of way in a couple spots.
If you recall, we've had some conversations about the Main Street corridor and the master plan there. And what I really love about this and that image there is the work we're doing in the Main Street corridor will connect to the trail. The work we're doing on the Hanover Hill part that's coming down into Madison will also connect to the trail. So in a matter of just a few years, that whole area is going to be transformed, and it's going to look absolutely beautiful and provide a lot of recreational opportunities from wherever you are in downtown Madison or the Hilltop. Because remember, you can come off the Hilltop and down the Heritage Trail and connect all with Madison as well as Clifty Falls State Park too. So everything we have in motion is intended to connect, and it does, but some of it's happening in different projects.
Yeah, it'll be different phases over the next few years. So if you're looking west, you notice on West Main Street, the sidewalks stop, about the, old Madison Ironworks building. A little bit further west of that, but sidewalks will continue, and we'll go all the way over to this parking lot and connect to the trail. So West Main Street, you'll be able to walk to the trail as a continuation of Main Street. We're gonna make some intersection improvements, and we'll be talking through that with you as a part of, redevelopment planning on the west side, but that'll be hopefully happening this fall.
That's the vision. That also narrows the entrance into Madison, creates a true gateway element, slows traffic down. West End traffic coming in and out of town is horrible. This will really improve the safety as well as the redesigned entrance and access into the pickleball courts and the Elks building.
The shoulders, on the bridge will be, reduced to 3.5 feet. Lanes will still stay 12, but as you visually come in, there'll be more grass and curbs and less big pull-offs. State highway regulations require, pretty good sized shoulders. Local roads don't require that, so visually you'll feel tighter as you come into town, slowing traffic down as you get to the bridge versus slowing down traffic as you turn the corner and get on Main Street. It's pretty tight. We're gonna tighten that up a little bit soon.
I just want to point out that image you used of Carrie and David doing their workout
Yes, right here.
was perfect timing. I don't know how you got that, if it came from Google Earth or what, but good timing.
Who's in front?
You nailed it. You both nailed it.
Tony, down further across from the dentist's office, will there be a barrier between the road and the
Yes,
sidewalk?
so there will be either a rock wall or steel back, wood, guardrail. So there will be guardrail through there, in various locations where that's happening.
You mean for to create a barrier between the
Just
road and the trail?
road
Yeah,
the path,
yeah.
That's the intent, to be able to do. So I can,
I don't wanna get run over on.
yeah, no, you don't wanna do that. It's, basically, think of it as a half a telephone pole with a piece of steel on it in the backside, and then it's, to look a little bit more rustic.
Sure.
Also, industrial guardrail light. You might have seen those in state parks.
Yeah.
In the national parks.
Tony, a couple other questions on this. Where are we at on the funding? You've got 1, 2, 3 different funding sources there. Can you give us an update on each?
Yeah, so Next Level Trails grant has been awarded, and we're working on receiving our first payment.
Yeah.
That has been processed, just waiting for the transfer from the state. The City Match Ready 1.0, we are submitting and continue to submit.
Yeah, we're using that for all of JTL's current bills, so I'll have to double check, but we've used a significant portion of that just on JTL.
And then the county commissioner's check we have in-house has been deposited.
Okay. We need to set up funds for these if we haven't.
That they already have.
Or have funds?
Yeah,
Okay.
phone was set up.
Okay, I don't, okay.
Yeah, our next level, the next level trust fund and the ready match money were already set up. We didn't have a separate one for that. Oh, it's the grant match for the fund that was set up for that.
I mean, either, both of those. Do we have a separate?
Yeah.
You passed on that?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. We'll double
That's
check.
fair.
Emily, let's just verify the DNR fund.
Yeah, so we need a motion, I guess, from the commission on the professional service agreement for inspection services not to exceed $90,000 for that.
Can we get a motion as Tony just stated? All in favor? Aye, so moved. Looks like a great plan.
It should be a really great great connector trail project, as the mayor said, connecting the hilltop with the Heritage Trail, and you'll be able to really make some nice circles throughout the community. Certainly a lot more connectivity work to do, but it's something that we think about with all our new projects, so.
Yep.
Today, I'd like to ask Ron Bateman to come forward. You'll see in your package an economic development agreement that I'm really excited about. I think it culminates several years of hard work by a number of groups, including yourselves, and is a model for what success looks like when cities invest in public-private partnerships and a jumpstart activity. As you will see in your packet, the cotton mill has and will be contributing $200,000 towards the construction of Welch Park and the improvements associated with that adjacent to their property. We're so fortunate that the investors see the value of giving back and seeing the advantages of having a great park next to their hotel for their guests as well. Just to remind everybody, this was a public-private partnership a few years back. The cotton mill continues to invest and has invested over $1 million recently in additional renovations to their property. This is an award-winning property for Madison. It's a great national recognition piece for us and for them. They're on the Historic Hotels of America trail and website. So with that, I would ask Ron Bateman to come up and just talk a little bit about their contribution and their success they've had in giving back.
It seems sort of like a miracle, really, what happened. So many people involved. City, state, feds, one day at a time trying to keep it alive for 2.5 years. And you guys were part of that process. And in that same sense, I would like to say that I think the work you guys do is really important to the future of Madison. We came back from Alaska to retire, fell in love with life here, and we're not going anywhere. So the partners are happy to do this. When Tony brought the idea to us, they said faster than I think he expected them to. And we hope as the property matures, as we get out from under the burden of tax credit investors and that we can make more and more contributions to life in Madison. So thank you for what you have done, and we're happy to do this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ron, for your investment and for partnering with us, because, you know, that in town, combined with the investments we're making all across the riverfront, has really added quality of life, tourism, health and recreational opportunities, fun things to do, and can't wait to just continue to see that development, push to that end. So thank you.
Have any questions or other comments for me? go into it
I
more
would just
detail?
note here,
Yes, go
relative
ahead.
to this, we should also take this to the park board.
Oh, that's-
Yeah.
So any questions for Tony or Ron or anything about the agreement? And I think it's this one here.
Question that the staff asks me is, when are they gonna start? When are they gonna start?
That will
This
probably
fall,
be
right?
Midsummer,
Late summer?
yeah.
Midsummer,
Yeah,
late summer.
I would think after
mid to
regatta.
late summer.
Mid to late summer.
Is Ron sticking around? Are we going to sign this agreement?
We should sign the
Today?
agreement today, yes, we can.
Okay. You mind sticking around, Ron, for a little bit? Thank you.
So
Uh,
do we need a
we
motion?
need a
Can we have
motion.
Do we need a number of just the economic development agreement or?
Just the economic development agreement dated 11th of February 2025. We have not numbered these before, so
Okay. So-
between the city and the Riverton LLC.
So can we get a motion to approve the economic development agreement as written?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye. So moved. Thank you, Ron. We'll get started right away.
And also in your packet, we could have pulled them up, the drawings of the park.
Yeah.
We had those available. And if you have any questions on that, the Parks Board and Parks Department have been working with us on the development of the program, and we're working through right now what I would consider design development of those drawings and the details associated with that, and are hopefully ready to go by midsummer.
Is the whole project gonna be done at the same time? Or are you doing what, the parking lot?
We have it set up in, could be multiple phases if need be, depending on how the project's progressing here in design. But the goal is for the whole project to be done by the early of 2026.
Okay.
So,
Great, thank you. Anything else, Tony? Next order is city matters and mayor update.
Not a whole lot. We've talked a lot over the last couple of meetings about what we've got going on all around town and how it connects with the work that's being done here in the Redevelopment Commission. We continue to focus on the three big things for 2025 and beyond, and that is, housing, infrastructure, quality of life / placemaking investments. And more to come there. My State of the City is February the 27th. Invite all of you guys to attend. You've been a big part in 2024 and 2025 going forward and beyond, and we'll kind of lay out a little bit about our successes of 24, but spend most of our time talking about the vision for 2025 and beyond. And I'm very happy with progress that we're making, and I look forward to working with you and all of our partners across the community in bringing projects like this to fruition. And it takes many partners, and we work very hard on leveraging up the city's investments with a multiple from state, federal, and other contributor sources. So thanks for all your support.
Thank you. So no other business. Next meeting is March the 11th. No other business. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye, thank you. So